Hey everybody, Koricon here and my brother Adam.
Hi.
And the lighting is not the greatest. You see some of our backdrop. I'm in the process of figuring out where we're going to do our podcast that we'll be doing at some point. So this is like the very earliest lookings. If you can see what I see, things are just strewn all over the place. But anyway.
They can't.
Yeah, we're going to figure out the lighting better when we get to it.
We're in a rich, super huge castle and a palace.
Yeah, because that's how much money we have. But tonight we saw Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald, or Grindelwald, depending on who says it in the movie.
It is a very German name, isn't it?
Now
that I think about it,
it is very German.
Grindelwald.
But a lot of the characters said Grindelwald. And then
at the end, the character said Grindelwald.
Well,
we're giving stuff away here?
No. We're not giving, no spoilers in this review, but Albus Dumbledore, he was saying Grindelwald the whole time.
And then one of the characters with an L name did at the end.
Right. Now, the movie is directed by David Yates, who directed, I think it was Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire, and After.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he started on Goblet of Fire or the fifth one. I can't remember.
I think he started on Goblet of Fire. He was right after...
it had the tone and the feel of, like, the fifth one.
Yeah, I mean, he has
I'd be surprised if it was somebody. Let's just look it up. Keep going. I'll look it up.
Well, I brought it up right here. I've got the...
Oh.
I prepared the IMDb.
Oh, you did?
No, he did. He started with the Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So he started with the fifth one. Now, he's directed everything since then. And for the most part, he does a great job, I thought, with the Harry Potter movies.
Always. He has the feel and the tone for the movies.
But I rewatched the first Fantastic Beasts last night when I had trouble editing something and had about 2 hours to spare. And I think that movie was directed better than this one, even though it's the same director. Now, it could just be that we were fairly close, I guess, to the screen. But there were so many close-ups, and a lot of the action scenes had a lot of close-ups that made it hard to tell what else was going on in some of the scenes. To where I would have to kind of just accept it until I caught a moment. Then I was like, oh, okay, I know where I am now, and then I can fill in everything before. But it wasn't clear through the whole sequence.
There was a lot of close-ups. I don't know if they were trying to show intense emotions or I don't know what he was trying to think of. It was kind of an emotional movie. I mean,
there was a lot of emotion.
There were some seriously emotional parts.
Yeah, and a lot of intertwined characters. But some of those close-ups were just maybe a little... It could be that we were just sitting close. It was for dramatic.
It's like, oh, this? Oh my gosh, this person is feeling so many emotions now.
But see, I wasn't doing that. I was doing this. They're so close. I was trying to back up, give myself some room because they were so close. But again, it's one of those pet peeves that I have. People have heard me talk about the SCQ, 3 things that will kill any scene, which are close-ups, quick cuts, and shaky cam.
I didn't really have a problem with all the close-ups, but there were a weird amount of close-ups.
There were a lot of them, yeah.
I didn't have a problem with it, though.
But when they were in the medium or far shots, they all looked beautiful, looked great. Cinematography, I think, was a little too dark for some scenes, but other than that, it was great. I mean, it is a darker film, story-wise. Now, without giving anything away, this movie, to me, felt like a retelling for a lot of the things the same as the first movie. It kind of followed the same beats and the same characters, but you added a lot of more characters and a lot more interpersonal storylines.
You definitely had more information, more characterization, but you had the same beats of the movie, the same action beats, and it felt like the same movie. Like I was watching the same movie again, but just different stuff happened.
Yeah, it was like I was watching the same movie with more information.
Yeah, lots of information. There's a lot of information in this.
But the first movie felt like a self-contained storyline.
It was definitely slower moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then this one felt like, all right, we have so much information to dump on you. We're just going to kind of tell the same story again and dump all that information on you. And so you really feel a little overloaded when you walk out of the theater. You're like, okay, I got to analyze this.
You got to talk it out.
This.
You have to talk out the movie.
Yeah.
To get it. Yeah.
Now, they had planned 5 films. Rowling had written 5 scripts. So I think
she's in the process of.
Or in the process. I think she had planned for 5.
Yeah.
So I think when the series is over and you're looking at all 5 movies as one series, this will have a lot of good information and will fit in the series.
Yeah, it's definitely building up for future storytelling, I think.
But I don't think it's good as an individual
singular
film.
movie. It definitely feels like it's going to be squashed into.
Yeah, it needs to be in a series. It doesn't work well as just a movie.
Yeah.
Which is a little disappointing because I thought the first movie did a good job of having a self-contained storyline but still pushing the universe. And in this one felt like we have a lot of information to give you all at once because we can't get into it later. So it felt like an information dump. An entertaining information dump.
Yeah, I mean, if you like Harry Potter stuff, it's definitely a good movie to see if you like Harry Potter.
And there's a lot of things that you'll see if you're a Harry Potter fan. You'll notice little things before they actually happen, and you'll be like, oh, I know what's about to happen now. A lot of little tidbits and things that happen in the Harry Potter universe, things that are recalled from Harry Potter, kind of showing where they begin. Acting wise, I thought everyone did a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see too much. I was a little worried about Johnny Depp playing Grindelwald.
I think he does fine.
Yeah.
I think he does a good job.
I think he whispers a little too much. Like near the end, I was like really trying hard to hear every word he was saying, or at least because it felt like very
His character's
wispy.
very toned down compared to all the other characters he plays.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very... I'm guessing he wanted this role on purpose. Do you think?
Well, I'm sure.
Because his other ones are so over the top. Oh, it's crazy, wacky Johnny Depp. This one, he's like very serious, measured,
very
calculated, emotionless.
Yeah, and he did a good job.
He does.
I hope he continues to do a good job. I still think it's a weird choice to have him as Grindelwald, but I can go with it. He worked well.
He's an actor, and he acts in movies. He just... all this other stuff that's attached to him as a person in real life. I think you need to detach the artist from the art.
Yeah.
And I think he does fine. I think he does a great job for the role.
Yeah.
It's what it needs for that role. He brings it.
Yeah, it seems like he's listening to the directors. He's following what they need him to do.
He's not super wacky Johnny Depp coming in doing his super wacky pirate stuff.
No, he did play it pretty straight.
Yeah.
So I'm liking that. I think Jude Law is perfect as young Dumbledore. I mean, I said that when I first saw the trailer. I'm like,
sure.
Him or Ewan McGregor, I guess, but Ewan McGregor is already the young.
He's not going to be Obi-Wan.
No. I'm saying like he was, since Ewan McGregor's already been Obi-Wan, he can't be Dumbledore also. So you bring in the Jude Law, who looks...
Well, he's not going to be him anymore.
No. Oh, you're talking about in the standalone movie?
Yeah.
No, but he's already been Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah, he has.
And this is the kind of stuff you look forward to when you watch our podcast.
I know movies. Wow, that's like a big brain fart that farted out of my head.
Well, it's almost 2 a.m. Like we saw the movie at 10. It started at 10 o'clock.
I am tired.
We got out of there at 12:30.
I'm smarter than this.
He's got to work in the morning.
I should know I'm smarter than this.
But the CGI with the monsters looked great. I think, again, some of the scenes were a little too close up, and so there was a lot of movement, but you couldn't really tell what was moving. Overall, I think it was okay. I can't say it's great.
I think if you're a Harry Potter fan and you want to see more Harry Potter stuff, this is definitely... I think it would be kind of slow for kids. It seemed a little slower. A lot more speaking, a lot more information, less... Or the action bits maybe seemed more random and shorter. Like, I think kids would be... I mean, I hate to say it, but I think kids would be kind of bored. Maybe teenagers would like it more because they can follow it more.
Well, I think kids that are Harry Potter fans, they would be able to follow because they'll be nitpicking every little detail.
If they're into Harry Potter and they're following Harry Potter, like maybe 10 years old, I don't know what the age would be. Like once you're starting to see stories as something a little more than the surface, right? That's probably for that type of a kid. But like an 8-year-old, I can see an 8-year-old or 6-year-old being really bored.
Because there's a lot of dialogue.
There is.
And there's a lot of complicated stories a lot of complicated interpersonal relationships.
You gotta know Harry Potter to know this movie.
Yeah.
Or you wouldn't like it.
And I think casual fans or people that just want to see a movie, they
probably
are going to get really lost.
They're going to get lost and bored and probably not like it. But I don't know how many are there.
I know a few.
Oh, okay.
So I would say as a film, as an individual movie...
It's like a C+.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that's crazy.
We
actually... we agreed. What?
Legitimate.
So I would say, a C+. For, like, Harry Potter fans, I might give it a B.
It had cool Harry Potter stuff in there.
Yeah. It is a kind of movie that you could do a whole video just breaking down all the references.
Oh my gosh, there's so much.
So if we ever at some point do a spoiler discussion,
oh my gosh,
we could spend an entire 2-hour discussion on it.
I could watch a movie like 3 or 4 times and nitpick all the little tiny Harry Potter things in there.
So if that's something you're interested in us doing during one of our podcasts, let us know. We're working hard on getting the podcast up and running. I have a lot of technical issues I need to figure out first, but once I do, we will be having probably like a weekly podcast or something like that.
Yeah.
So look out for that. Links to all of my stuff is in the description below. I want you guys to let us know what you thought of the movie. Do you think it's more than a C+? What did you want to see? What were you happy with, not happy with, so on. Just let us know in the comments below. And we will see you guys on the next video.